Kingdom Boundaries is important on a lot of different levels. One of the things that I encounter when visiting with the guys, I hear their story and hear how they've grown up in the system. They've grown up without a lot of the privileges that I've had growing up. And I was privileged to grow up on a farm with two parents, and I've learned a lot of stuff just walking alongside my parents. And a lot of these individuals haven't had that. They've grown up in the system, or they've grown up in chaos, and they haven't had the opportunity to experience these things. They don't have a driver's license. They never had a car. A lot of the individuals I talked to never dreamt about being anything when they grew up because they were just in survival mode, and they want to be successful and they don't know how to be successful. They don't know how to keep a checkbook. A lot of them never bought a toothbrush in their life. Just the basic stuff that I've been privileged to do, they haven't. And then when they get released, again, this is a whole different world, and they got a lot of learning to do, and somebody's got to walk alongside them and help them learn. Kingdom Boundaries is important to me because it's important to our Father in heaven. We're all God's kids, and He's called me and my wife Rhonda to walk alongside these guys as they leave the prison system, to show them that they have value, that they're one of God's kids. It's important that we be a good neighbor, and that neighbor, that's anybody that's in need. And it's important to me and to Rhonda just to walk alongside people that haven't had the opportunities that we have.
Kingdom Boundaries is important because it provides a bridge for men being released from prison into society. And there's so many different issues that need to be addressed, and we're just one of many fine organizations that are addressing those needs. But Kingdom Boundaries is important because it handles things on a very personal basis in an individualistic way.
What I hear is lock them up and throw away the key, and I don't think that's fair. Given the fact that a lot of these individuals haven't had a chance growing up, yes, they made a mistake, they paid the price, they see the error of their ways, and to keep classifying someone for something they did in the past, I think that's sad. And after all, and if we are Christians, we all have a past. We're all in need of forgiveness, and we're all in need of a second chance. So it kind of hurts. I feel for the guys. Most of these guys, they just want to be normal people, and to be continually be thrown into a class of people, it's just upsetting.
When I hear people talk about felons, oftentimes it saddens me because you hear things that are less than positive and sometimes hateful, which I don't really believe is hate. I think it just comes from a spirit of fear. And at Kingdom Boundaries, we try to help people see that it's not necessarily that way. In fact, it's not that way most of the time.
Most of these individuals are just ordinary people who have made a mistake for various reasons. While in prison, they've had a chance to sober up. They've had a chance to take some classes. They've had a chance to maybe learn a trade. They just want to blend into society. They don't want to be noticed. They don't want people to continue to hold their past over their head. They just want to be invisible. They want to be good citizens. They want to just live the American dream. They just need help, and they want to be given a chance.
I wish they knew that they really don't need to be in fear over a huge majority of these men being released. I would hope that they could at some point understand that and see and witness that these are men who want to start a new life, but they just need a little help from our culture, our society, and from employers and churches and other organizations. But these are good people who made some bad decisions. I wish that they knew the potential that is there for both men and women coming out of prison. They're just simply looking for some direction to guide them on that path so they can move forward in life and they're just all good people who've made bad decisions, and for some of them, that's cost them a lot of time, a lot of family members have gone away, and it can be really a tough spot. And I just wish people could understand the positive nature of a lot of these people coming out of prison. I wish that they knew that the majority of these people coming out of our prisons are good people who have just simply made some bad decisions, and in some cases that's cost them dearly. But I wish that people would understand and know and come to know that they're just looking for a little help and direction in a new life that they so desperately want to begin. And I think that's up to all of us that are able to help, who, by the way, we probably have done some of the similar things, but we just didn't get caught. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. But primarily the one thing at this point, it has to do with finances. If you prayerfully consider this ministry as a place to contribute to, I would just encourage you to stop by, see what we do, see where we're headed, maybe talk to some of the guys, and be willing to contribute to a cause that really it's kind of a pay me now or pay me later. Because if these men and women coming out of prison wind up going back to prison, it still costs money. And why spend money sending someone back to prison when we spend less now and they don't go back? And then they wind up paying taxes, they wind up paying back their child support, they wind up paying restitution, they wind up paying their fines. They can't do that if they go back to prison. So it's kind of a double negative when they go back to prison, because we lose all of that potential earning impact to our local economy, and we wind up spending money to house them someplace. So I would just encourage any individual that feels remotely called to help in this ministry to stop by.
As someone that hasn't had any experience being around those that have been incarcerated, I would really encourage them to come to Kingdom Boundaries, visit with the guys, join a Bible study, or join Freedom's Gate on Sunday night. Get to know these people, have a meal with them, sit down and get to know them. Just understand that they're not scary people. They're not the people that the TV and the news portrays them to be. First of all, I would just like to say thank you. Your willingness to help, your willingness to support us with prayer, with your finances, with your personal attendance, working with these individuals. We just want to say thank you. We have many stories of guys that are doing well, been reunited with their families, or they bought a house, or they're integrated back into society. They're going to church. Some have gone on to seminary. There's a lot of success stories, and it's due to people like you that have been supporting Kingdom Boundaries.
For supporters of Kingdom Boundaries, especially those who have been involved in this ministry for many years, I just want to assure you that the vision is still strong. It's still going forward. It's still about taking a person at a time and helping them continue in their journey and their faith in Christ, and to begin to implement some of those things that they learned while they were in prison. And that still happens. There's still miraculous stories. There's still testimonies that are being written as we speak. At the end, it's all about, did we share the gospel? As our director often says, 100% of the time, men will hear the gospel at Kingdom Boundaries.